take number 69. Let's go.
5 essential tips on how to move out right after high school. We want to tell you our story.
So basically we moved out in May of 2019, which is about 2.5 months ago. It's July currently. I'm 17, she's 19, but I'm about to turn 18. Don't get scared. And we've been dating for a while. So the reason we moved out, it's not like we didn't have like terrible relationships with our parents or anything. It's not like we're running away from them. But we had already been living together like basically my whole senior year. So we just figured we should just get our own place instead of going back and forth between each other's parents' houses, and it's just a waste of gas money and time, and we could afford it. We've been saving up and thinking about it, wanting to do it for a while. So that's basically why we did it, and I mean, if we can do it,
you can do it. First tip is to find someone to move out with.
So it doesn't always have to be like some random hot girl you found on the street like me. No, but like find like maybe a sibling or a relative or like a best friend, someone that like you know you can live with. Don't find someone random. I mean, there are things like that. Maybe if you're really friendly, you can do that. But like things like student apartments, those are really good. They're a lot cheaper and they're like cleaner and safer. And
although if I wouldn't recommend it if like you're weird. I was never really fond of like living with somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, that was it's just weird.
It was just weird.
You know, everyone's different. It's just a lot easier doing things with someone else and,
that
like,
you trust
rent
and that you
or
know.
something like that. Number 2, know your limits. So that means don't get like the nicest apartment you think you can afford, because if you like can barely afford it, then you're just gonna be like struggling and you're gonna end up in debt or like get evicted or something really bad.
Yeah.
Basically, this doesn't mean though get like the cheapest like ghettoest apartment you can find, because like cockroaches and bugs, I don't know why that's such a problem, but it's gross. So make sure you find something in like the middle that you can more than afford, but something that like you like and is good enough for
Definitely. And even if like you don't have the newest appliances or anything, you can make it your home by just like getting decorations, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah, you don't need the newest and greatest stuff.
Because you'll make it good no matter what. So tip number 3 is to get a job.
Like you're going to need a job.
Definitely.
Especially if you live with someone else, make sure they have a job too, or else unless they're like rich and they like can
have
pay
a
for
way
stuff.
of money.
Yeah.
Like have
Basically, you're gonna have to work a lot. I mean, how else are you gonna make money? You need to find some way to make money and be able to afford it. So if you want to live on your own, you have to be prepared to work a lot and, you know, like slave away, make that bread, chase the bag.
Tip number 4
is to save up at least like, we'd say like maybe like 4 months in advance, or however long it takes you to like have at least 2 payments set aside. So that means having enough to pay for the first month's rent and the next month's rent right off the bat, because when you move in, the costs are way more than like the second or third month.
There's definitely a lot of like first time fees, yeah. And you'll have to pay for extra.
And if you have dogs or something, pet fees are really expensive. Stuff like that. There's all these like other application fees, things you don't know about. So the cost of your first month is way more than like the actual rent price.
And it's always good to have that first like 2 months payments just in case you're struggling. That way you can have something to fall back on.
Number 5.
Stop eating out and budget, and then don't spend money on
needless shit.
Yeah.
Like basically eating out's really expensive. Like go to the grocery store, get some chicken and cook. We thought cooking was going to be super hard, but I mean, if we could do it, you can do it. So before we moved in, all we could do was cook ramen. It was good ramen, don't get me wrong. We made really good ramen. But now it's not hard to like go on the internet, find recipes for stuff. We use apps like Tasty, Yumly, things like that. It's really easy to find recipes. They're not always hard. You don't have to be like a fancy chef to cook at home. Like anyone can do it. It's really not that
and
difficult.
Those apps, they have like dinner ideas, and then on the specific dinners they have all the ingredients. So
tutorials.
Tutorials
it's like
on how
really
to do
easy.
it.
So if you don't want to cook out, then you're just lazy, honestly. Or if you don't want to cook.
And it's always better because when you cook, you'll have like leftovers that you could use for lunch the next day or
Yeah,
you know,
so
whatever.
it's like 2 meals in one,
Yeah.
and it's way cheaper.
So it definitely goes way farther than eating out.
Number 6, just grow up. Grab your nuts and do it. If you want to act like a grown up and live on your own, then you have to be responsible and do it on your own. I understand, like, we're young, you want to have fun, party, do whatever. You can do that, but you can't do it every night. You have to work. You have to make money somehow. You can't be stupid, or else
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to afford it. And you just have to be, like, reasonable with yourself, with your money, and with your time, especially, because like time's hard to come by nowadays.
Yeah, and if you have like extra money and stuff, you can always like, sure, like go to the movies, go out every once in a while, but don't just think, oh yeah, I have money to spend. Like,
because then it'll
add up. Yeah. So number 7 is buy as little new stuff as possible.
So when we moved in, all our furniture and stuff is basically 100% of our furniture is stuff that we got from our houses or from our parents. Yeah. Like, why don't buy a new bed? Do you know how expensive mattresses are? And then you have to get a bed frame and then sheets. Like, oh, it's expensive. But basically, and if you get like nice stuff from your family, it's not going to be gross, like some random couch you found on the side of the road. Yeah. It's all stuff you know and you're comfortable with. But if you can afford like maybe one new couch or something, and then, or a new table, or like some new chairs or something, go ahead and get it. But it's just a lot easier if you use stuff that you already have.
Yeah, and then I mean, even if like you don't like the couch that your parents have, at least use it and then save up to buy a new one
like,
later
you don't
on.
need to be beggars, can't be choosing. Number 8, don't be scared to ask for help. I mean,
yeah, when we moved out, we had lots and lots of help from our parents. They helped us move in and everything, and it's just really easy. Like, just ask for help.
Yeah, because if you're like trying to do everything on your own, I mean, it's not impossible, you can do it, but it's just a lot harder. So like, whether it's something small like going to a friend's house to eat dinner for a night or something, like free meal, something like small like that, it just helps a lot and goes a long way.
Yeah, don't be stubborn. If you're struggling, make sure that you ask.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, don't like let your parents leave them in the dark. Like, tell them like, hey, I need help, mom. Like, don't be scared.
So number 9 is build credit in advance / how to build it. So if you don't have credit and you want to move out, I definitely would recommend a student apartment. Student apartments, you don't really need credit because
they know you're a student.
Yeah, you can use your parents as your guarantor, and they'll use their credit.
Yeah, and they're just like that just means that your parents are just like an emergency contact number. So if you can't pay it, then they'll like charge your parents or something. But other than that, she builds credit by like
on the little Discover credit cards. So I just got the Discover like gas card, and I just use it for gas and pay it off right away, and it helps me build my credit super fast.
And you get cashback also.
Yeah.
Cashback's nice.
They always have student credit cards too.
But don't be stupid and like go buy or go get a bunch of credit cards and then max them out and then be in more debt already. Right, number 10, last and most important.
Have fun.
Like, if you are barely struggling to survive and like when the first of the month comes around, all your money's out of your bank account because you have to pay rent, that's not fun. You need to like make sure like you're having fun when you're doing this. Like, we love living on our own. Like, if we were struggling, this would suck. Like, this wouldn't be fun at all if we had to wake up, slave away at work, and then there goes all our money July 1st, November 1st.
And definitely make sure that you have fun with the person that you're doing it with. That's really important.
Like, that would be really lame living with someone you hate.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what's the point of moving out if it's just worse and I have bills to pay? But yeah, make sure you have fun, and you know, make sure you like and subscribe. Catch you guys.
Comment below.
Are we good?
Yeah.